What is up, YouTube? Thrift School over here outside the Goodwill outlet store. These are the bins. They don't let you record in this one. They don't like it anyway, so I'm gonna be a little sneaky. If I find anything cool, you guys will see what I end up picking up. I'm coming in here to find things to buy and sell on eBay and Amazon. It's about 6:10 p.m. and they close at 7, so we're not gonna have a lot of time. Hopefully we find some cool stuff. I haven't been in here in over a year, so let's go. I'm stoked. Alright, so I'm just going to get right into it and start digging, and the very first thing I find is actually a keeper. It's a paint your own piggy bank, and this thing actually sells for a decent amount of money. And what I do is just grab whatever I can that looks good, throw it in the cart, and then I'll look everything up afterwards. But first I have to actually find some good things. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I came a little late, so there's only about 50 minutes left in here. They're not really pushing out new items. Found this cool Tony Hawk skateboard, but it wasn't in great shape. I did look it up on eBay, not worth much at all. But like I said, I came in here pretty late, so they're not pushing out anything new. So whatever's here is here. It's been picked over all day. That's why I was surprised I found a brand new sealed piggy bank thing that's actually worth some money right off the bat. And you really got to dig and get your hands dirty. And I'm not going to lie when I say my hands were pretty much covered in the grossest grime. All my fingertips were completely black just from all the gunk. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle here, I didn't end up looking him up. He's from 2007, didn't seem old enough to be worth anything to me, so I left him. This Sony is so cool, but it was missing the volume knob, and it was just in overall rough shape. I just thought it was really neat. I love selling and even finding just old boom boxes, old radios and stereos and things like that. I just find them so interesting. And hidden way down in here, I find this Connecticut walkbook, and it just stood out to me. And it actually ends up being worth some pretty good money. Again, I'll go over everything at the end of this video. And, I'm digging through a deep bin here, and I find this Logitech Harmony remote. These things are also worth really good money. This one was actually not worth anything, sadly, but some of those remotes can be worth really good money. I'll pop some examples up here on the screen for you guys. And another thing that I've heard that's pretty decent are these portable camping grills. This had no brand name on it and had a tiny little sticker on the bottom that just said made in China. So I left that behind. I doubt it was worth anything. If I left behind some money, let me know. I'm pretty sure they sell these types of things at Walmarts everywhere for, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks. I really have no idea. I don't go camping very often or ever. So I'm still trying to dig in here. I'm getting deep. I thought I found an NES, but look, it's another radio, another boombox, a Magnavox this time. This one's really cool. It was missing the power cord. I believe the antenna was snapped off of this one as well. So we left it behind. Let's keep digging, and we find a massive Pikachu right next to the boombox. He's kind of the kind of ones that you find at like a carnival or a fair. He's made out of that really not nice material, and plus I don't really want to bring any goods like this into my car where you can have gross bugs and stuff inside of them. So rugs and stuffed animals and even the clothing, honestly, at places like this kind of skeeves me out a little bit. I know people make great money with it, but I like doing hard goods, and that's what I'm going to stick with here. I find this really cool basketball hoop. It's called Dirty Dunk, and I notice it has a really long net in it to kind of catch clothing and stuff when you throw it in there, and has all these old stickers from the 80s on there, 80s and 90s, and I looked it up. They're not worth much, and it's really big and heavy, so of course I left it behind. Now here's the prices, guys. You can see these prices here. $1.68 a pound for 0 to 10 pounds, and if you get over 10 pounds or over 50 pounds, it's only 88 cents a pound, so it drops a lot the more you buy. So, of course, they want you to buy a lot, fill up your cart, but I'm just not finding that much to fill my cart with. Now, I do find a few other things in here, not so much in these bins, though, because you could tell they're really picked over, they're really broken. You gotta hope to find a needle in a haystack, what do they say? A diamond in the rough? That might be completely wrong. I have no clue. So that's really what it is. You got to have a keen eye. You got to be able to really see things that other people don't see, and just, you know, be willing to sell on multiple platforms. I'm sure a lot of people that come in here are only looking for clothing to flip on eBay. Some people like me are looking for things to flip on Amazon. I mean, if anything's worth it for eBay, of course I'll grab it, but that's what I primarily look for. And I find this little media shelf and I see some video games and I'm like, all right, there's no way these games are actually in the cases. So let's open it up, and well, it's the wrong game, SpongeBob SquarePants movie, but that's actually worth more money. And then this Rayman 3 right here, okay, there's no way it's in here. It's in there. Both discs were in pretty good condition also. I was totally surprised, honestly. And I figured, okay, you know, it's $1.88 a pound. They're going to cost almost nothing. Well, this Goodwill outlet charges per piece of media. I didn't know that. So the book I bought ended up costing a certain price. Those video games I bought ended up costing a certain price. I believe $2 a piece. Look at these cool Fry boots. I know Fry is a great brand, but look how destroyed they are. That's why they're left there. Would have been great. Definitely sell for great money. I haven't sold shoes in a little while. That might be something I decide to get back into this year, picking up some quality pairs of shoes. But for now, I'm going to head out of here. This place is closing in just a few minutes as I drop my phone in my cart. I don't want to give it away. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Alright guys, we are back at the house, and this is all I ended up picking up, but there are some goodies in here. Let's take a look. We got the Rayman 3 complete in here. They charged me the $2 each that were on there. I thought that was like a kind of garage sale price sticker on there, and I think it was, but they still charged me $2 a piece on these, so I paid $4 for those. The book they actually charged me 50 cents for because it was a soft cover. It's kind of a soft cover, I guess. It's like this plastic material, and this surprisingly goes for some decent money. Take a look up here on the screen. Now, the rank isn't the best. It'll take a little while to sell, but it will sell. Books, they can have a much higher rank and still sell for some really good money. And this is super cool, super unique. It has a whole bunch of maps built in that you could fold out and see these trails. I just thought this was so cool, so unique, and that's why I ended up looking it up. I didn't really see many other books in there, maybe because I came so late, they were already picked over, maybe they just didn't have them that day. But I've been to that outlet before, and I remember them having like hundreds and hundreds of books, and I think I saw 5 while I was in there. I forgot to go over the prices for these games. This Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc is not worth that much, but it is complete, so that does help the value. You can see right there, disc and manual. So I will pop up the Amazon price, but I will be able to get a little bit more money for it because it's complete. That price that you guys are seeing up on the screen is just an acceptable disc-only condition. That's one thing, guys, that I want to let you know about Amazon. Whenever you're scanning things in and you see a price pop up on your phone and it doesn't, especially with video games, and it doesn't look great, dig a little bit deeper, because if you're finding a game that's complete, odds are it could be worth $10, $15, even $20 more than what you're seeing as the lowest price on Amazon. So sometimes it's worth grabbing it. And this one right here, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, they charged, it says $2.99 on the side, but I got charged $2 for it. And it wasn't even the game. It's nice to have a complete case and manual for whenever I find this game, because who knows, maybe I'll find it. But this game right here, there's some fingerprints on it, but it's in very good shape. This SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, there we go. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, this game is actually worth more at the moment than Battle for Bikini Bottom. Now, I believe that's so because this was re-released on newer systems, so the price of this game has been going down, but this game has not been re-released. I mean, great money in this, super happy to find that, and of course I will have to sell it in acceptable condition since it's disc only. So here's something that they actually charged me by the pound for, and it's super lightweight. It probably cost me about $1, and I'm gonna make some decent money on it. You guys can see up here on the screen, it has a bit of a higher rank, and I know the picture looks different. Now, I normally never want to send things into Amazon that have different images, but the reason why that is, the artwork sometimes just gets updated on these over the years. And it's really no big deal. It's the exact same item. I checked the description and everything, except this one just has a different front image, but everything about it is the exact same. It really shouldn't be an issue. It says I'm gonna make almost $7 on it, so minus my dollar, and I'm gonna make about $6 on this. So I'm still very happy about that. The very first thing I find was a $6 winner. There's some sticker residue up there that I'm gonna peel off with a Scotty peeler, and this thing should be good as new, good to go. And I don't know if you guys noticed this big thing down here, this Dynex TV that I got. I ran into another reseller there who actually watches the YouTube channel. Shout out to you. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. And he had this in his cart, and I've been looking for one of these. Now, it's missing the base, which is kind of a pain. I mean, it could technically stand on this, but I'm going to try and mount it to a wall. And the reason why I got this, take a look at this. It has a DVD player built in, so I love that. I've been wanting one of those because I hate pulling out a DVD player to test discs that I clean in my disc cleaner, or ones that are just a little scratched that I want to make sure they play great. And having this screwed into the wall where I could just put a DVD inside of it and make sure it plays is priceless to me. I've been wanting one of these. And guys, the kicker is they only charged me $2.99 for this. They didn't charge me by the weight. They didn't have a price on it. It was on the electronics wall, which I guess they price TVs individually. The guy went to the back, came out and said $2.99, and I said, deal, why not? Great price on this. Don't really know what these are worth. I'll pop a price up on the screen here, and maybe you guys will, maybe it's worth some good money. I mean, without a base, I probably wouldn't sell it anyways. I do have a mount for it, so it's going up on the wall, and it's going to be my testing TV. Very happy. Great little haul here for, I was in there for maybe 15 minutes or so. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions at all. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is Thrift School, signing out. See ya.